For a 35-year sentence, but Cadden's attorneys were looking for as little as 3.
Late this afternoon, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office just came up with its score of the Senate's health care bill.
Now, the CBO says the bill would leave 22 million more Americans uninsured over the next decade. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest in Washington.
Senate Republicans are out with an updated version of their plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. They hope to win over both conservative and moderate Republicans in time for a vote on the bill planned for this week. President Trump is working the phones.
He made several calls to multiple senators to hear their concerns and get their ideas.
Democrats are united in their opposition.
We've got to stop this bill before it does damage to our health care.
And just today, the American Medical Association denounced the new bill, saying it doesn't live up to the medical standard of first do no harm, warning that with the Senate bill, the insurance of millions is under threat, especially the elderly in nursing homes and people with disabilities who rely heavily on Medicaid. The Senate bill is projected to slash spending on Medicaid by $800 billion.
Over a 10-year period, Medicaid funding will be significantly curtailed.
But the White House says don't call these cuts.
We don't see them as cuts. It's slowing the rate of growth in the future and getting Medicaid back to where it was.
And insists the new bill will lower insurance premiums. Republicans are now working overtime to get their party on board. They can only afford to lose 2 votes, and already at least 5 have said they cannot vote for the bill as is. We're still waiting on exact numbers from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, but the CBO projected that 23 million people would lose insurance under the similar House version of the bill. Despite calls from both sides of the aisle to postpone the vote, the Senate Majority Leader still plans to hold a vote on this bill before the end of the week. That's when senators leave for July 4th recess. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, here in New York, Governor Cuomo is urging the 29 members of Congress to stop the care bill. Governor Cuomo says the so-called Faso-Collins amendment will impose yet another tax on New Yorkers and that the bill would strip millions of health care and cost the state billions of dollars. In an open letter, Governor Cuomo said the bill attacks the rights of women and it endangers care for many of the most vulnerable among us. The bill will have a catastrophic impact on New Yorkers and our economy.
Still ahead on News 10 ABC at 5:30, your full storm tracker forecast, plus Steve Capizzo's Pet Connection. But first, community support for a local girl with a rare genetic disease, how other kids are chipping in to help her and her family.
Also, another powerful New York politician taking aim at those ringless robocalls. We'll tell you what a key FCC decision would mean for all of us here in the U.S.
And taking a look outside at the roads.